This is the Malibu 540. 540 because it's 540 centimeters long. It is also 205 centimeters wide and 259 centimeters high. What this vehicle has, which is quite outstanding, is its payload, 740 kilos, and if you want to have even more, you can classify it as a 4-ton vehicle, and that will take you to 1,240 kilos. Quite outstanding for such a small vehicle. Why you'd want that much payload, I have no idea, but you have that as a possibility. This vehicle in this condition will cost 48,000 euros. I used to have a Malibu, and you can see it in a film which I filmed in Hungary in 2012. My Malibu was 60 centimeters shorter, but it had none of the features which you can see in here. Well, no, it had some of the features, but it didn't have as many, put it that way. Now, we'll start off up there. I used to keep my bedding up there. Here, you couldn't really get your bedding up here because there isn't all that much room. Well, maybe you could in summer, but in winter you might have a bit of a push. But you don't need to put your bedding up here because you've got a bed, and that's the best place for it. In my case, I had to use the bench as seating and as a bed. It had a dual function. Now, it doesn't have that anymore. You've got your bed all the time made. In this case, the bed's quite low. The reason for that is, well, you get to a certain age, you probably want a low bed. It does take away some of the storage. Having said that, you can regain a little bit of extra storage by the use of this hanging space which is above the bed. So you've got your feet down there when you sleep, and there's your space for your shirts and what have you. Unfortunately, it also means, though, of course, that there's less storage under the bed. So that's the price you pay for a low bed. Sink is quite deep, and there are 2 burners and plenty of storage under the kitchen, including this fridge. In my opinion, the fridge is too big for the vehicle. I would go for something smaller, but that's not what everybody wants, and I'm well aware of it. Under the bench, the toilet is hidden. It's a very clever use of the toilet because it means to say that the shower is much bigger than it would be otherwise. You use the toilet, you slide it out, or alternatively you could leave it there, and when you need to do the shower, you slide it back under. Compared to the way Malibu looked in my day when it was on the VW, this is a major improvement. Malibu was sort of resurrected a few years ago to come back to life, and these as a brand of Carthago, using Carthago colours in many ways, because it's the sort of same colours and fittings that you see in the Carthago motorhomes. Van is very pleasant, but personally I think I would rather go for a motorhome, although obviously you're going to have to pay a little bit more money for the motorhome.